Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tiny Blue Games. My name, of course, is Seesawer Chris, and today we're talking about MapleStory in 2019. Now, today we're taking a small break from our regular leveling episodes and talking about MapleStory 14th anniversary events, because there's a lot going on. And it's pretty crazy because back in my day, the MapleStory anniversary events were still one of the biggest in-game events of the year. But it seems like there's just so much going on that it's kind of overwhelming as a new player to really know where to focus your time. So we'll get into that in a second. For a second, I just wanted to talk about MapleStory's in-game events because it's something that isn't talked about enough, but I think their in-game events for like holidays like Christmas and for Halloween and stuff like that, they're some of the best in MMORPGs, and it's really during one of those events that I actually fell in love with the game to begin with. It was a Halloween event from what I remember, and all that I can really remember is that you would get candy to drop from certain monsters, and with that candy, I think you could buy like a pumpkin basket of some sort. But more importantly, there were people that would go around buying candy off people to try and get enough to buy out these pumpkin baskets. And specifically in the day, squishy liquids dropped a fair bit of the candy. So there was a tree in Elena with all these squishy liquids, and there was people just farming it 24/7 to get candies. And as a noob back then, with very little money, like I literally begged in the free market for money, I spent my entire Halloween event just trying to farm and sell as many candies as possible. And that's when I made my first mill, which sounds like nothing, like absolutely nothing now. But a million messes back then was pretty decent. It wasn't incredible, but as someone who struggled to buy potions, this was enough to live comfortably. I mean, I wasn't buying 10 attack work gloves or whatever, but 1 mil was pretty solid. And I just remember logging in all the time and trying to tag as many squishy liquids and just sell them, and looking for people who had the best prices. And it reminds me so much of the reasons why I love MapleStory. It's got that sort of RNG element. It's got the buying and selling and like the social aspect. So it hit all of those marks, and it's an event. So it's because if you did that 24/7, you'd get burnt out. But like knowing it was just for a couple weeks, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna go hard at this. So it was super cool. But that's not the event we're talking about. We're talking about the Maple Anniversary events, which back in my day was all about the maple weapons. They had a chance to randomly drop. And then you also had, I think it's the Puff Daddy, which is sort of the big cake guy. He would spawn in certain major cities, and you'd kind of attack him to, I want to say, get a chance to get some maple weapons, but it might have been for something else. But yeah, so the maple weapons were really the coolest part because it also really played back into the stats back then, where you'd have people who are dexless, people who are strengthless, people who are luckless. Those classes would heavily rely on the maple weapons to be their main weapon for a long period of time, and because of that, they would have a lot of value to them. Like you would, the maple claw, the level 64 one, used to be super expensive because it would be kind of an end game claw for a lot of assassins for quite a while, and it was a really big thing. Now it looks like there is a way to get the maple weapons. It doesn't look like they drop off monsters. It looks like you need some coins and you buy them in the store. And I don't really know what their use would be. I'm not sure if you're able to just use them to, like, is there like a wardrobe system in this game? I know that there's the NX clothing, but can you use in-game items and sort of change your appearance with those? I'm not really sure, but that would be kind of cool if you could. Because then I guess there would be a use. You could get the old stuff just to wear like that. So that would be something, but I'm not sure. I'll have to look more into it. Anyways, the parts of the event that really stuck out to me were the ability to play as a pink bean character. You can see in the background of this video, that's what I'm doing. I'm having a blast just playing as a pink bean, which was actually a boss that was introduced right around the time I was quitting back in the day. And so it's actually interesting that Pink Bean is kind of their mascot for the Maple Anniversary this year, because it is an icon that, for me, connects old MapleStory with new MapleStory, where new MapleStory uses it a lot in their marketing and stuff like that. Old MapleStory, it was kind of one of the last endgame bosses that I saw added to the game. So it is a nice connection point between those two generations. And I really do like the aesthetics of the creature. The boss fight itself is very old-timey in the fact that there's kind of like different components to it, different statues that you're killing and stuff like that. So I think it's a really cool character, and it's just cool to play him. He's so fun. Like, I've never played it before, and just being able to do all these weird, like, goofy skills, it's pretty fun. And from what I understand, you actually get some pretty good rewards depending on what level you're able to get him to by the end of the event. So I think I'm going to probably try and just focus and see how far I can get him leveled. I'm not entirely sure how far I will get, but I mean, may as well get some rewards if I can, right? The other part of the event that I wanted to talk about is the burning event. I actually forget the full name of the event, but it's a burning character, which I had read about before, and it looks like it's a character that levels 3 times every time you would level. So like if you were gonna hit level 10, you'd be level 13. Maybe that's 2 times. I don't know. But you gain additional levels, and because of that, you go really, really fast. And it's super good for new players like myself, from what I read. So I think I'll probably start another character to try out as a burning character. I intend to continue with my thief because I do really enjoy the assassin and seeing where that goes. But as a side project, I think it would be cool to try that out. And more importantly, I'm asking for recommendations of what kind of class I should look at trying. The thief, or the assassin rather, is obviously a very old school classic explorer class. It's the class that I play a lot as back in Old Maple, and that's kind of the feeling I'm getting from it. I'm completely fine doing another explorer class if anyone wants to see a different explorer class, but I'm also interested in trying a new class that I've never seen before and that would kind of blow my mind. So if you have a class in mind, put it in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think. Maybe give some reasoning behind it as to why I might like it. I guess I should describe what kind of classes I like. What kind of classes do I like? I mean, I like all of the classes. I just have to be in the mood for them. So maybe just explain kind of the style of the class. And I think the smartest thing to do would be to sort of relate it to the closest explorer class that you can kind of like say it is. Like if it's a warrior style class, say it's close to the warrior or close to a spearman. That might be the best way to describe it for me. But yeah, you guys know what to do. So put that in the comments below. I might do a poll. I think you can do polls now on YouTube. I'm not entirely sure. So I might do that a little bit before I create it. I think it's May 8th that you're able to do that, May 7th. You guys should not rely on me to get your MapleStory news. You can go look at the website for that. But shortly before that, I'll probably do a poll as well. But if you put your answer in the comments below, I will certainly take that feedback into consideration. Because yeah, I'd like to try something new. Not that I am not enjoying the assassin, but I think it's a good opportunity to kind of have 2 different things on the go and really see what I enjoy and what I like to play. And you know, if it is something that I do enjoy more, maybe it will overtake the assassin at some point, but at the moment I'm not really sure. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the Maple anniversary, and I guess for new players like myself, if you could share what you think the most valuable part of this this event is, what should we be trying to get done, that would be great. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.